Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm not sure. We're gonna try recording here again with this without my speaker. So it's always hard for me to hear. Well, impossible for me to hear whether it's cutting in or out or not. So we'll just roll with it. I'll try to be close, kind of just a couple little messages here. Kind of trying a new spade bit in her. One of my favorites, same pencil Bosel that I usually ride her in, made by Bertie Frunz, one of my absolute favorites. Wish I could get up on the list where he'd get me another one. But yeah, one of my favorites. This was a bit given to me actually by my dad that was one of Ray Hunt's. So I haven't really ridden this bit since my old bridle horse Shiza, some of you remember, passed away. It was kind of her bit mostly, but just kind of sitting there hanging on the wall and figured I just wanted to crack it out a little bit. I love the bit that I ride her in typically. This just has a pretty sounding cricket that I felt like riding in today. Gonna kind of deal with a couple questions about moving out, since I haven't really done any groundwork on her. We'll do just a minute. And before I've ever worried, since she's a little not warmed up, even though she's a little finished. Again, trying to kind of talk, even if I've repeated it. The first thing is I have to get my horse light to go. If she can't follow this flow, then I'm going to drive. Now I kind of lifted my hand and she started to move, so that's a stop. But it's kind of like I think about if I was working a cow and she was just a little late there, I want her to catch up. So on a colt, smallest change, slightest drive. But if I didn't like that, I'd just simply offer again, and if she didn't go, put a little more life in. Well, she didn't leave with a big pizzazz, kind of swished her tail, but that wasn't for that time. It was for the next time. So I'll offer her to go, and that had a little more life. When I bring up the life inside me, she should start to feel that life inside me. But if she didn't, I don't want to beg, I'm going to firm up. I don't want to firm up more than I need to. That was a little unfair. But I liven up. If she doesn't go, I get ready. And then I do what it takes. Now, I've ridden her enough, even though it's been since May, since I've worked her. I've ridden her enough to where I know what it's going to take probably for her to go. So if I offer her to go and she doesn't go, I'm going to do what it takes. Yeah, I kind of did one too little. So I won't do that again. I'm going to offer to go. Good, and she believed it. So I don't mind feeling my way up there, but that wasn't my intent. Again, I want her to start off. 3, 2. I had to lift my hand there. That was an accident. 3, 2, 1. Good, just a hair early, which is fine. She's feeling of me. And on that 3, I'm kind of bringing that energy up so that at 1, if she doesn't go, I'm ready to come in. So that's a little bit on that. And then if I've driven her to go there, if she's feeling of me, that's 90% of my battle, but that feel is going to be a little different. So it's going to have to translate in the saddle. So, but if I've had that, again, I think I've done this before, but as I go to get on, see how she feels. Rope, so just put that over the home. But as I take up on her and I rise up, she's gonna go because she's more finished. But if she didn't, as I come out, I could always come in with this crop through here. And again, it's gonna be that same rhythm. Tap, 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 tap. It's a little more rhythm than I wanted, but I'm trying to not ride her with life so you can see it. I open with my legs and then wiggle. Same thing with this. If she didn't come when I opened with my legs, I drive her with that and try to do what it takes. So that was for the question the other day, again, trying to do that. Now, again, if she's not good to start out, that might be the first place. Because now when I firm up, I got a long ways to go. So I want to get her good to go. And then if it's not enough life, I'm going to tell a story. I had a friend, and he took this horsemanship and he worked elephants. And he's like, you know, it was the same in the elephants. If I had them ask and reward that smallest change and the slightest try in that first step, if they rewarded the first step and then gave them Vitagrass, they'd use food. All of them usually were going up and down, but if they tried for 2 or 3, 4 steps and tried to extend that out, they'd be stuck and they'd be dazed getting to the end of this row and back. And they were trying to get the elephants broke a more humane way than the way they typically do it, slicing their ears and creating an infection. So again, it's that small change, and if you kick, 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 and that's all you get, that's fine. Reward it. Go again until you can get that first step good. Then as you get that first step good, you could ask for more maybe in that first step. And that way if they didn't make it, you could always speed up and do what it takes. So that's on moving them out. Now, hey,